whatever you are led to do, or you are told to do by your pastor or by your prophets, is subject to the decision of your father or your husband. In the book of Numbers chapter 30, please try and read this one. You see, talking about when women make vow in the house of God. You see that if a woman vows that is still under the father, if the father hears and allows it, that vow stands. But if he hears and says no to it, he says the father has made that vow void. If she is under the husband and the husband hears that vow and allows it, he said that's only when the vow stands. But when the husband hears and says no, he said the husband has made the vow void, and him as God, he forgives you that made the vow. And so you can see it is superior to my pastor say, my prophet say, I am led to do. I want to serve God. I want to. He said no. Whatever your husband or your father says is the final, because he as God, is one that put them there as a head. So he can't go against his word. I know it is because women are so emotional and spiritual as well, and so they are more spiritual than men. That one doesn't count here. It doesn't count. I know your father is not a Christian. Your husband may not be as spiritual as you want him to be, or like you are. But when he says a word, because the head of that house, God says that word stands, it's the final. Any other thing you go ahead and do, he has already made it void by saying no to it. You are just wasting your time. So oftentimes women are led. I've seen it. They go and sow their car, house, property, whatever, money. I'll give this amount. And when the husband hears it and says no, he wants to bring tension. They want to argue and fight. And oftentimes you will say, hey, what? Isn't that my car? Isn't that? In this context, it doesn't talk about who owns what you are bound to give or to do. It talks about the authority that you're under. So whether it's your car or not your car, when your father or your husband says no, that you're under, God says he has made that vow. But if you go and give that car, it's not recorded in heaven that you gave that car, because you are a rebel. When you want to go to church, your husband says you are not going. The pastor said today is a night vigil. He says don't go to that church. If you go, your husband has made that vigil over you void. You are just going there to waste your time. God doesn't accept it. Know this and know peace. When a man says no, sometimes you feel as though you are oppressed. When you choose to marry, you don't have a final say anymore. It is here, those that can make a vow and the vow stands are here. He said in verse 9, he said, but every vow of a widow and of her that is divorced, wherewith they have bound their souls, shall stand against her. If you are a divorcee or a widow, that's when your vow stands. If you are still under a father or a husband, he said whatever he says is final. If he says no, it doesn't stand. So if you go ahead and serve God, when your husband says don't go to church, that service, you are wasting your time. In fact, you are making God an end, because you have rebelled against God's ordinance. Know this and know peace. It's not about when they say, hey, drop that phone. Hey, is that my phone? I'm the one that bought my phone. But I said, did you buy a phone for me? If he says, don't wear that cloth, say, did you buy this cloth for me? It's not about who buys the cloth. Who are you under? So whatever it says is final. I don't know why women sometimes are more spiritual than us, but they don't follow. That spirit still works against the same God they are serving. That spirit must be changed. If you do, you will not allow a man to have authority over what you think you have or you work for. Stay single, because when you come a bitch and say submit in all things, you can't say it's not my car. Submit. If you don't want to submit, please stay single, so that you not be an enemy of God. The Bible is very clear. It says forever God's foundation is sure. God's order and ordinance is sure. He cannot shake. He is the one that made the same man the head. Why are you trying to go against the same man and to say you want to go and serve God? The same God that made him the head. God is not an author of confusion. Please, we like the way women are spiritual, but the same way, please understand the scripture, the word of the same God you think you are serving, or you of the same God you think you are being led by. It's confusing. Please, the word of your husband, of your father that you are under is superior to what you are led to do. It's superior to what your pastor or prophet says. Please, know this and know peace. When he says no, please, no is no. So better still discuss with him and seek his approval before you vow. God, if he says no, if you go ahead and give, you are wasting your resources. God say you have already made it void. What they are giving, you are wasting it. They are giving people to use. God is not recorded in heaven. Please know this and know peace. You want to have your final say. You want to have your word must stand. You're this thing, you must do your own will. Stay single. If you are married, you are going. No matter how who is leading you, you are going against the ordinance of God. Please read Numbers chapter 30 from verse 1 to the end and have a clearer picture of what I'm trying to communicate. God bless you. This is Kingdom Citizens Academy. Like I said, we are God's own citizens. And so we need to understand how we must behave or what our King seeks of us so that we can live in alignment. Please follow, like and share, and please let me see your view in the comment section. God bless you.